Hello guys, si Kersan Veloso ulit ito at welcome sa episode 19 ng Larutan ng Shadowrun Returns. Okay, tuloy natin yung campaign natin. Yung episode natin guys, yung tinapos natin yung pagkahirap-hirap na na Matrix run. Tapos pagkatapos nun, nilagay tayo ni Baron sa Metis sa isang sitwasyon na kailangan natin mag-isa tayo. Solo infiltration run. Wala tayong mga kasamang runners. The morning after, yeah. Comes and with it another chance at Project Aegis. Hindi ko na binasa lahat. So, yan. Yung kailangan natin makapasok do sa office ni James Silver Star para makuha natin yung information sa Project Aegis. Plant the comlink chips to get Eric Silverstar's office. Don't blow your cover, find the Aegis sample. So, check natin mga interactable items. Wala. Okay, so pasok mo sa kwarto. Labas na. Dito wala. Okay, wala. Dito, maliban doon sa pinto. Na. So bagong area na naman. The supervisor has the look of a stuffer shock manager with delusions that he's on a career track rather than what he is. A disposable dime a dozen resource. Man, hirap ng sa mundo ng Shadowrun, talagang hirap. Pati mga tauhan patapon. Supervisor. Hey there you are. I'm Steve Scott. I'll be your direct supervisor. Sorry I missed you when you first came in, but I only found out that you were starting an hour ago. Nalaman mo lang when you suddenly showed up in the system. Weird glitch or something. Normally we'd watch an orientation 3D imbes na video, tridio. Ano ba yun? Hindi ko lang ano yun eh. Baka tatlong monitor, 3D tridio. And walk through our mission statement. But well, it's going to be hard for you on your first day, but you're going to need to clean up some blood, maybe a lot. Cleaning up other people's mess is what I do. Right, I'm a janitor, Wiz. I can handle it. Just tell me what to do. Ito medyo obvious to eh. You have your hands full. There was some sort of break-in last night. Some people were just get things cleaned up on this floor. And listen, people are going to be on edge today, so try to stay invisible and don't get into any trouble. Otherwise, they're going to be calling me. Otherwise, they're going to call me, and I'm going to have to reprimand you and put a note in your life. Straighten up this floor and stay out of trouble. Got it? I'm your servant. What's first? Sounds good. We'll get to those orientation treats some another day. So ito na lang. Medyo pa-impress tayo. Para hindi halata. I hope they get whoever did this. Only a fool would attack a Telestrian corporate office and think they can get away with it. Start heading from room to room and clean what needs cleaning. Good luck and welcome to Telestrian. So ayan. Teka lang. Save natin. So, kumbaga ba lang tayo dito, medyo lang tayo pa lang. Pedestrian guard. What what can I do for you? I need to get upstairs. My supervisor says there's more cleaning to do. Ah, hindi. Hindi pa pwede cancel yan. The top floors may only be accessed with the express authorization of Eric Silverstar, our VP of Security. You can head to the to the lower floors if your supervisor wants. Okay, well I better get back to it. So, wala na ba ibang tractable items? Wala. Ito, dugo. Hindi ba ito ang dilinisin natin? Hindi naman. So, pasok tayo sa kwarto. Hindi ka nagtataka yung janitor may dalang cybertech sa likod. Ilan interactable item? Yun lang, tapos kasapin lang natin itong Terrestrial tech worker. As the Telestarian tech jockey turns to speak, you notice a panel has been removed from one of the land racks just behind him. Thanks for coming. Can you believe it? Silverstar is calling it an intrusion, but I know the aftermath of a Shadowrun when I see it. Start over in the corner and make sure you don't get any solvents on my servers. If they say it's intrusion, that's good enough for me. Soka, I get it. You never get the straight dope around here. Okay. Ito na lang. Sayang yung charisma eh. Hindi naman kasi ko charisma spec eh. He crosses his arms. Do you swallow every line our corp overlords spout at you? You look smarter than that. Whatever, just get this place cleaned up and get out. Wala pa rin ng charisma. Do you think you could duck out for a smoke or something? It would be easier if I didn't have to clean around you. Maybe our overlords would be interested in hearing from you from your dapat your yan eh, from your camp all over the hand that feeds you. Gotta watch what you say around here. Last month I got docked a vacation day for complaining about our uniforms. Nagawa tayo ng sinungaling na tayo dito din. Papa-impress eh. He lets out a big sigh while shaking his head in agreement. I get it. Silverstar was already in here, hounding me like a matrix tech could have stopped a decking intrusion. Now I've got Now I have to execute a full diagnostic on the land racks before he comes back for his security report. He told me this would be a good opportunity to demonstrate the Telestrian corporate value of efficiency. I think his investigation is going to be more about who to pin this on them, about who to pin this on, than about finding answers. Wala pa rin yung charisma, level 2. Do you think you could inulit lang? We're all responsible for what happens at this company. Yeah, it's never about solving the problem. It's about placing the blame. Okay, done that. His eyes narrows and he fixes you with a look. Yeah. Well, right now, your responsibility is to clean up this mess and let me get back to work. And your responsibility is to stop bad-mouthing our execs. I bet they might be interested in hearing some of the garbage you've been spewing. Sorry. They forced a double shift on me and told me to be happy for the overtime. Charisma 6. Do you think you could... inulit lang. So, ito na lang. Ito na lang number 2. He rolls his eyes. Typical. It's gonna be a hell of a morning dapat yan eh. A hell of a morning with all this investigation track going on. Charisma level 1. Inulit lang. But we're gonna pay the bills, right? So, ito na lang muna. Level 1 lang naman eh. Oh, sorry, yeah, no problem. Just another day in paradise, right? Okay, so yun lang bang ayun. Pwede rin natin tignan yan. Sige. Tignan muna natin tong ano. The open panel is a rat's nest. The open panel is a rat's nest of cables and half disembodied uh, and half disassembled the hardware. Some of it is loose. Take some of the land parts. Gagawa tayo ng gulo eh. Matrix land parts, a few bits of cables and optical circuit boards. Kano yung ano natin? 2.8 lang, wala kang mabibili dyan. Ito muna. Tapos may kwarto dito. Matrix energy power junction. Remove the access panel from the panel and place a comlink chip. The access panel comes off with a quiet pop and you place a chip inside. Ayan, meron tayo evidence. 2 points lang. Wala mabibili sa 4 karma. Kailangan ko 6. Okay, so dito sa wala na ba? Wala na. Next room. Wala ba nakikita? Wala naman. Wala nga. Wala. So, labas tayo dito sa front desk. Dito tayo nang galing nung nakaraan eh. Dapat may pintuan pa dito pero hindi na nakikita. So dito muna tayo. Sino to? Security card. Wala nakikita so far. Naharang tayo ng guard. The two men are staring into the vent and shaking their heads. Look, Raul, I know and you know that there's nothing in that vent, but when I told that to Silver Star, he accused me of not wanting to crawl in there. Said was letting the company down by not displaying the corporate value of duty. Ganun eh, no? Eh kung hindi ka ba naman kasi kasya eh, bakit ba magpipilit ka umakyat sa vent, di ba? Security guard. The suit sure love their mission statement and all that track. But today isn't the day for Telestrian Corps duty above all crap. Several of us did the ultimate duty last night. I guess we should just be happy Mr. Telestrian isn't in today. Just get in there and take another look. I have got to go upstairs and report. Ayan. Hirap kasi minsan nung yung pagkakasulat eh, hirap basahin minsan eh. Okay, so ito, malis yung isang guard. Mga pwede, dalawa lang ba? Okay, yun lang, yung itong guard lang tsaka yun. A filthy guard is looking into an open vent. He's clearly not enjoying the idea of climbing back into the duct. Sorry, I tracked that wreck all over the floor. He shakes his head. Man, I can't believe what happened to the night watch. From what I can tell, it looks like our guys got hit pretty hard. Yeah, I can't believe the intruders got up to the top floor. Tayo yun eh. He shakes his head. Yeah, they crawled through through those guys. Yeah, they chewed those. Yeah, Jay. And then, yeah, they chewed through those guys pretty good. Must have been pros. Charisma too. So, do you think you're done climbing in the vents, Chummer? I need to get this room done before I get in trouble. Man, sama. Look, I know it's duty before all around here, but I just want to get things cleaned up. Yeah, must have been. Can we clear out now? I got a job to do. Can you clear out now? Ito. Magpa-impress muna tayo. He lets out a sigh. Duty above all, it's Mr. Silverstar's favorite. I can't believe anyone can spout Telestian corporate values when a bunch of our guys were kicked a few hours ago. If there's nothing in the vent, let's just get this over with. Unless you really want to go back in there. Not really. There's just as much nothing in there as the last time I checked. Wiz, I'd like to get this room cleaned and move on. If anyone asks, you saw me in there, okay? Mga tamad din yung mga tauhan eh. No? Ayun lang ba talaga? Ayun lang. Matrix emergency power junction. Install the comlink chip. The access panel comes off with a quiet pop and you place a chip inside. 2 karma ulit. So at least 6. So pwede ko spend. 6. Strength. Oh, para tumaas yung close combat ko, masyado akong mahina matake eh. Defense bonus. Gain a defense bonus to all non-magical close combat attacks. Okay lang yan. Tapos yan, so level up ko naman susunod yung mga ability, yung attack abilities ko. Okay. Save ko nga. Okay. Nasa tayo dito. Next room. Next area pala. Hindi room, area. Sa bungad. Tama nakikita? Wala. The lesser guard. I have to say at this point, it's not looking good. The lesser worker. I don't know I don't know how it happened. Nonetheless, our records show this terminal was left unsecured in direct contravention of Telestian corporate policy. You failed in your duty. Well, I know it's duty above all for you security types, but I am the victim here, I swear. Perhaps when Mr. Silverstar gets his next promotion, that will become a value for you data pushers as well. Right now, it seems your value is clock out early and ignore my responsibilities. Don't go anywhere. I need to make my report to Eric. Ben? Meron ba interactable? In terminal lang ito. Pasapin ko muna to. The wage slave is on the edge. He's staring vacantly at his terminal with his hands to his face and his fingers twitching nervously. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? Looks like you're in some real trouble, chummer. Buzz, unless you can clean up shattered career. Leave me alone. I came across some items that might help you out. He shakes his head. I doubt it. You know the guy who said life isn't fair? He was talking about me. Karim has never fall. Security is bullying you, but I could make it look like your terminal was damaged with and no one would be the wiser. Wala, wag na muna. Heh. Me too. I used to be in accounting, a few floors up. A few too many drinks at the Christmas party, and look at me now. I hear you. Let me tell you about all the crap I have to clean up. So ito. Tapos umudit lang yung Charisma 5. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me. In fact, I'd prefer if you didn't tell me anything. Just buzz. I understand. Your time is more valuable than mine. No need to get excited, chummer. There'll be plenty of blame to go around. Any fear the wage slave had vanishes as you discover a way to assert his role in the pecking order. I'm a level 3 account analyst. I'm a level 3 account analyst, and you're about to find out just how much more valuable my time is. I'm going to get your supervisor. Pasaway. At least umalis siya dito. Yung terminal lang niya. Pakialaman natin yung terminal niya. You place the cables and data chips around the terminal's casing. Remove the access panel and place a comlink chip. Ayun din. 2 karma. Kulang pa yun. 2 lang. Kailangan ko pa ng 4. Don't blow your cover. Find the AG sample. Save ko muna. Look, I told you to watch yourself unless you want to be transferred to the Telestian stables for shovel duty. You better get your act together. Sorry boss, a crazy day. I just was hoping for some time to learn my job. I'm not really a people person. That's why I normally work the night shift. I'll be more careful. Ito na lang. You do that and work on those people's skills. You'll need them to get along around here. Nabooking na ba ako? Iba. Akala ko nabooking na ako eh. Save ko lang. Yun lang naman na nag-react eh. Yung iba hindi naman eh. Ito lang naman yung nag-react eh. Okay. Save ko muna bago ko kausapin ito isa. So yung Eric Silverstar, masyado siya sa trabaho niya. Masyado siyang dedicated. I need to get upstairs. My supervisor says there's more cleaning to do. The top floors are Okay, well, I better get back to it. Hey, I found all these chips on the same on the si- Hey, I found all these chips on some of the matrix switch boxes. Is that important? The guard thinks for a moment and activates his comlink. He turns his back on you and has a brief conversation. Then he turns back. Mr. Silverstar wants to see you in his office immediately. Bakit kaya? Save muna natin. Ay, wag na. Gumawa naman ako ng save prior eh. Collecting the sample. The brutish dog-eat-dog existence of a slum dweller is a far cry from the quiet desperation and existential nothingness of a corporate wage slave. Yet, after your time at the lesser industries, it's unclear which is more bleak. The elevator rises smoothly. Its blanderized music assaulting you once again as you ascend to the executive floor. And your goal. Ano yung music medyo safe kaya? Don't blow your cover tapos find the AG sample. Check ko lang tong floor na. Pwede pumasok doon. So talagang dito pa rin. Ayun. Eric Silverstar, ito na. There you are. It seems that some of my best are letting me down, and it's good to see that you're displaying one of the most important of my 3 key values. Just doing my job, sir. Well, it's duty above all, right? He laughs. Well, yes, that is the first value, and I'm glad more than those outside of security follow it. And from a janitor, no less. No, I am speaking of my third and final value of vigilance, which seems to be, which dapat yan hindi wish which seems to be sorely lacking around here. We prefer building maintenance, sir. Thank you, sir. Well, rewards and punishments must be given where required. Now please start filing out the report on the data pad, and I'm afraid I must ask you to not sit in my chair given your attire. I need to go ahead. Dapat ahead yan downstairs and investigate your findings. I'll be right back. So yun, napaalis natin siya. So ayun, nag-react na siya sa Medi. Your comlink big dapat begins yan Bakit beings ano ba yan? Your comlink begins to ring. You pick up. So these paintings must be what all those expensive deliveries were. We don't have much time. I am tracking Silverstar, and he is already stepping off the elevator. I don't think your disguise will hold up much longer. I'll update you on his movements. Hurry, mon ami. So, save muna natin. Mahirap na. Naka-timer na tayo, so kailangan kong kumilos ng mas mabilis. Ilan yun? Mga painting lang. Tapos ito muna. Ito kaduda-duda There is an open bottle of expensive scotch and a single glass that appears to be half empty, and a half smoked cigar. Walk away. So hindi yan. So nandito sa mga painting yung target natin. Ay, meron pa dun eh. Walk away. Hindi yan, hindi yan. Hindi yan. This painting shows a wild mountain landscape with clouds ringing lofty peaks. The plaque reads Independence. Push the frame. The frame around the painting of the mountain pops back out. The painting show. So hindi to. He has a few guards, a tech worker and very nervous wage slave gathered in the boardroom and beginning to question them. So kailangan mahanap ka agad. Teka. The frame on... He has finished investigating a matrix tech and is now talking sternly to a pair of guards. Asan na? Saan? Dito sa natitira ng tatlo. Now he is talking to the wage slave. This is not going well. They are raising their voices. Dalawa na lang. Hindi ko nang babasahin yan, no? Asan na? Baka ito. Ayun. Bumukas yung pintuan dito. Ayun na. Teka, i-reload ko. Mas maganda kung umpisa pa lang eh. Ulitin ko, alam ko na kung nasan. Ulit lang. Ito bumukas to eh. Okay, next. Okay, so may dalawa pa. Yeah. Hindi pa rin nagbubukas. Ulit. Yung unang dalawa, tapos dun sa kabila naman. Ano ba yan? Buti na lang may save, may ano ko. May save file ako dun. So at least, hindi tayo masyado madidisgrasya. Lapit na. 20 minutes na lang tayo ng recording time natin. So itong dalawa, so alin ang susunod? Ay, hindi. So yung huli, ulit. Buti na lang may save file tayo dito. So yung ano, yung huling nasa yung pinakahuling nasa kanan. Ayun, pwede na. There is a save that has a large DNA scanner on the front, most likely key to Mr. Silver Star. Teka, alam ko na. Pick up the half smoked cigar. Put the moist end of the cigar on the DNA scanner. With a click and a faint hiss of escaping air, the safe opens. Take the sample. Great work, mon ami. The time for stealth has passed. It has set off every alarm in the system, but I have unlocked the executive elevator and your path is clear. Head to the elevator and make your escape. So, wala na tayo kailangan dito. Okay. Escape na lang. Save ko ulit. Nakuha natin yung maayos eh. Kailangan ko na lang tumakas. May tao pero dead man lang. Hey, this is a restricted area. You can't go in there. Yun ang kala nyo. Takas na. Uwi na. Nice. McCluskey. Detective McCluskey stands smirking around by armed and twitchy Lone Star officers. Good morning, moron. Ulul. Good morning, Detective McCluskey. It's a fine day for police corruption, isn't it? What do you want, McCluskey? Hello, McCluskey. How'd you find me? The smirking stops. What I want is to take you into an alley and come out alone. But there's someone who wants to meet you. So we're going for a little ride. Mr. Telesian wants to meet you in person. He wants to chat about last night's fun and games. And you can come along quietly or you can meet him in a body bag. So he smiles wolfishly. Come on, trek for a brain, make the wrong choice. I'll offer a stand-up conversation. Let's get this over with. I have things to do. I'm going, but one day you and I are going to round and round. We're going to go round and round, McCluskey. Okay. Let's get this over with. I have things to do. Then I was hoping to be able to bring you in feet first. Asa ka? Asa ka pa. The estate. From the floor of the Lone Star cruiser, you watch the tops of the downtown corridors office buildings disappear, replaced by the gray, overcast, over the go one I-90 bridge. The nylon restraints binding your wrists and ankles, along with McCluskey's whistling to the radio, make for an unpleasant ride. A half hour later, the cruiser hull hits a whisper smooth patch of road, and a magnificent mansion fills your view. Ano ba yan? Nasabay pa ng ng dighay. It's designed a blend of old world finery and elvish grace. The car pulls to an abrupt halt, and you're dragged onto the driveway, where McCluskey pulls a nasty-looking knife and cuts your pants. You look up to see you're surrounded by a squad of green-clad ghosts, special forces troops from Tier Time Gear, Tier Tire, ano? Tier Time Gear, massaging the feeling back into your numb extremities. You prepare to meet the man himself, James Telestrian III. Mukhang dito natin sa save, guys. Malapit na tayo sa time eh. Ay, meron pa. Pwede pa. Halos 15 minutes pa eh. Teka. Ano nangyari? 2 lang. Hindi naman naka-cover natin ha. Nakatakas naman tayo mahayos dun ha. Wala na ibang rewards. Oh well. Save na natin dito. Hindi ko na ulitin yan. Ano naman eh. Maganda naman yung nangyari so far eh. 2 tao lang. Tapos dito wala. McCluskey. Mr. Quoth. Si McCluskey muna kausapin ko. McCluskey smirks. Want some advice, Maron? Of course you don't. You're a Shadowrunner and you live by your own rules, don't ya? I suggest you keep your smart-ass remarks to yourself this time, Crow. Mr. Television isn't some street meal you can impress or intimidate. He's the brains behind the throne of Tier Time Gear and one of the richest men in Seattle. And he holds your leash, right, McCluskey? You his lapdog? Should I be impressed? Richer than hell elves take a dump the same way I do. Richer than hell elves take a dump the same way I do, McCluskey. Ito na lang. His eyes say, I'd love to kill you now, but his mouth continues to its smirk. I got one of the richest and most powerful men in the world, in the Pacific I got one of the richest and most powerful men in the Pacific Northwest taking care of me, dumbass. What you got? Free will. You're dumber than I thought. Enjoy your chat. I'll dispose of your body later. As if, asa ka pa. Okay, kasapin ko muna ito sa Mr. Quoth. The fussy elf with the air of a Victorian butler studies you from toes to horns before he speaks. He doesn't like what he sees. Mr. Telestrian is expecting you. You will find him in his office. You his butler? Thank you, Jeeves. This is an extraordinary estate. May I look around before I see him? You may wait here for a few moments to gather yourself before you enter Mr. Telestrian's office. Some people find that they need time to prepare themselves before meeting an elf of his stature. However, the upstairs is off limits to you, and the library is occupied at the moment. Do not tarry, though. Mr. Telestrian is not one to be kept waiting. Okay, so pwede ko mag-explore kahit konti. You're not going anywhere. Hindi naman ako tatakas eh, gago. Nagandun lang. Oh well. Ito ba meron? Wala. Okay, wala. Parang may tao dito. May mga tao. Actually, isa lang. Andito si Algernon? Okay There is twinkle in Algernon's eyes that wasn't there when you spoke at the Seamstresses Union. It is good to see you again. There is much to do. You run in some pretty different circles, don't you, Algernon? What the hell are you doing here? Okay, my magical friend, explain yourself. Ito na tama. No, I do not explain. I provide the service. Seek me out after you have spoken to James Telestrian. Perhaps I can be of service again. Pasaway So di tayo pwede sa taas. Tingnan nga natin kung talagang di pwede o hindi nga. Hindi talaga pwede. Okay, wala dito. Check ko muna yung isa. Wala, di pwede. Talaga dito tayo. So, ito na yata siya. Siya na nga to. As you approach, James Telestrian III looks up from the computer screen built into the surface of his desk and assesses you, calculating and cold. A practiced smile comes to his face. He vibes the kind of which you don't get from Trivid. It's not the clothing or the trappings or the bow before your better mansion. It's something else. The feeling that you're being categorized as a resource or a liability or a pawn. I have been reviewing the results of your visit to my Seattle office last night. I admit they are impressive. You have generated a considerable amount of damage to my office complex, killed or wounded many of my security personnel, and cost my vice president of security his job. In 24 hours, you have accumulated quite a bill with me, sir. How do you intend to settle your debt? Etiquette, corporate. Once my current assignment is complete, I will be happy to discuss working off my debt to you, Mr. Telestrian. Would you take a check? You already confiscated the container I took. I have no other bargaining chips. First, some instruction. You do not begin a negotiation by admitting that you have nothing with which to negotiate. However, you were considering your tactical situation. That tells me you are more than You're more than a mere street thug. Allow me to instruct you further. You have one piece of information which you might use as a bargaining chip in the little time you have left to live. Why why you why you took what you took? Dapat why did you took what you took? I am interested to know why you and your team of criminals tonight fought your way through my security teams up to my private office to access the matrix and uncover the location of a simple research project. I took the AG sample to kill giant insect spirits. The most protected item is usually the most valuable. That's why I took it. It goes like this. Your half brother Sam Watts hired me to find his own killer. He had the dead man switch. When I find the killer, I get paid. I took the AG sample to kill giant insect spirits. Actually, ito dapat eh. Ito medyo seryoso na to eh. So, ito na lang. I find your bluntness somehow refreshing. He touches a button on the desk. Mr. Quoth, please ask my daughter to join us. So, nandito si ano? Ay. The young pretty elf has a dark circle. Ay. The young pretty elf has dark circles under her eyes and a haunted expression on her face. She recognizes you instantly. Oh, so, ito na si ano? Ito na si Lynn. It's you. You're the man who helped me escape from the Universal Brotherhood. How did you get there? Si Mary Louise. Akala ko kakampi ko pala to kung nagkataon. How did you get here? Telestian cuts in quickly. Thank you, Mary Louise. You have confirmed the identity of your rescuer and given me reason to forgive him for his trespasses against me. She looks hungry for your help. I'm glad you're here. Good to see you got out okay, Maria Louise. You did well back there. Without you, we'd all be dead. Yung unang attempt ko nga sa'yo, na-knockdown ka eh. Is Guy your father? Good to see you. Good to see you got out. Okay, Mary Louise. I'm not okay. I can't sleep at all. I'm afraid that this is a dream and that I'll wake up there and still be there with the bugs. Na-traumatized din siya dun. You can relax, Mary Louise. You are safe. It is over. No, it won't be over until they're all dead. She shudders. You didn't see them. You don't understand. You and those men, you flew in here. All you do is talk. It's just like you to form a committee, father. I knew that someone had to take action. That's why I got Harkin involved. The already cold exterior of James Telestian III turns to ice. I see, it was you and your crippled little friend who leaked ages to this man. We will speak of it later, in private. Now then, Keshan Velosa, there are people I wish you to meet. The committee, my daughter alluded to. This is a rare opportunity for a man of the streets such as yourself. I urge you to behave. We will adjourn to the library. I would be delighted. I'm not really a committee joining sort of guy. Sounds like I don't have much of a choice. So, I would be delighted. So, hindi niya makakalculate kung anong klase yung personality ko doon. I don't know if that is sarcasm or not. Just behave. Di pa tayo timer. Teka. Ano yan? There is a weight in Telestian's library. A sense of magnitude and purpose. You are no longer in the presence of mere wealth. You are in the presence of history. Teka. So, walang ano. Take part in the tier council meeting. Okay, so, teka, check ko lang timer kung malapit na. Okay, may 5 minutes pa tayo. So, Save ko lang, tapos tuloy pa tayo konti. Okay. Ano ba may interactable? Okay, wala. So, sabi natin kung siya lang pala makakausap eh. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, dapat ladies yun eh. O isa lang ba yung babae? Isa lang siguro. Lady and gentlemen, this is Kersan Velosa. He is the troll who saved my daughter and the only one who has faced our common enemy in combat. Her Brackhouse. What does the representative of the great dragon Lulwire have to tell us about the magical insect this Shadowrunner uncovered? Brachus speaks slowly with a deep, melodious German accent. He takes his time, accentuating each word, relishing each vowel and each consonant, testing them as if they were a delicacy. Yung mga ganyang description pang hirap basahin eh. My lord, Lulwire has witnessed the insect spirit's physical manifestation before, roughly 9,000 years ago. As you are aware, magic ebbs and kasi nga German siya eh. Magic ebbs and flows from the earth, cycling from peak to peak over the course of 5,200 years as the level of magic grows. Harley Quinn. Hans, dear, I love you, but you could babble on forever, and I believe time is of the essence. The painted elf addresses you. Kershan Velosa, is it? Delighted. The bug you fought was not merely a magical awakened animal, like a wyvern or hydra or anything else in the sixth world. In fact, it isn't from this world at all. It's the physical embodiment of an insect spirit from another plane of existence. Wala akong etiquette academic. I believe that would explain why I wasn't able to damage it. The spirit itself is extraplanar. I imagine that moving from one plane of existence to another isn't easy. Before you go on, I've got to ask, who the hell are you and why are you dressed like that? Is that why I couldn't kill it? Ito na lang. Dapat behave nga tayo eh. Exactly so. Your little buggy friend exists on both in both planes simultaneously. Teka lang guys, check ko lang yung message sa akin eh. Okay, 2 minutes na lang pala din. Tapusin lang natin itong dialogue na to tapos end na natin. Now an insect spirit can simply thumb a ride through astral space and show up on Earth late for dinner. Their dinner in this case being us. Two elements are required to bring one across the void: a shaman and a host. First, the spirit calls upon a shaman, often in dreams. The spirit seduces the shaman with promises of great power. Parang kay Jake tsaka yung si Dog, Huchin Ikwa. The shaman then accepts the spirit as his totem. Next, the insect spirit requires a suitable host. The best candidates are the disaffected and the disenfranchised. In short, the weak-willed. Their minds are the most susceptible to suggestion, which is helpful in making the transformation. As you may have imagined, These are the sort of people easily attracted to a cult, such as the Universal Brotherhood. So itong mga to, aware sila sa problema. Finally, by performing what has to be a truly disgusting, nag-timer na tuloy, truly disgusting ritual, the shaman serving the insect totem implants the spirit into the host, willingly or not. Then it's feeding time. Ayun nga, yung pala ginagawa ni ni Jessica. Kailangan matapos natin to para ma-save ko na. Harley Quinn is correct. The insect spirit will then slowly consume its host while transforming it into the spirit's own insectoid body, thus manifesting itself fully on this plane. What's this have to do with a giant dragon and an elf who likes cosmetics? Whiz, bugs from another dimension need killing. I get it. I don't like the sound of this. Ito na lang. No, you don't, kid. Not by a long shot. This is bigger than hunting down an insect shaman, or putting a few 9mm rounds into a bug. Oo nga, mukhang ganun nga. The initial bugs prepared a nest for the summoning of a queen. Once a nest has its queen, she literally explodes with newly manifested insect spirits. They swarm out of the nest, feasting on all the flesh they can find, and implanting more insect spirits into the fresh corpses again and again and again. So pinag-uusapan nila mga tag dito, chrysalid. Mga chrysalid sa XCOM. The room falls silent as they all consider the scenario. Faces grim. Telestran breaks the silence. Kailangan matapos ko na itong dialogue na to. This is not an infestation, Karshan Rasa. It is an invasion. My lord, Lulware, knew this day would come, but he did not know precisely when nor where. The rescue of Mr. Telestrian's daughter has exposed the existence of an insect spirit for the first time in this cycle of the world. Then why don't you just fire a cruise missile at the Brotherhood and call it a day? So you're early to the party this time. That gives you the upper hand, right? We are not early. We merely have experience on our side. The insect spirit is only a resident in the transformed host's body. Conveniently, conventional weapons can hurt the body and expose the spirit, but the spirit itself cannot be destroyed by mundane means. Hence, Project Aegis. Her Telestrian's biotechnology and agricultural divisions work with my Lord Lulware's thaumaturgical engineers and design Project Aegis to destroy an insect giant once it is released from its host. The formula, a flourishing astral bacteria and a flourishing astral bacteria strain exists in the physical and astral plane at once and can thus infect the insect spirit. Nahirapan talaga ako magbasa. Now that was a mouthful. Did you memorize it? Or are you reading it off of index cards? Okay. Hardly kita joker talaga yun. My director of research and development, Diane Ravenwood, will explain how Project Aegis will be used in the field. Dr. Ravenwood. Man, nahirapan na magbasa. Di pa naman pwede mag-save mid-dialogue. Our weapons specialists have rapidly prototyped a delivery device for fluorescing astral bacterial strain. They've created some prototype launchers with fire aegis filled shells. When fired, the shells will discharge a high velocity strain of the bacteria. In order to destroy one of the bugs, it must first be damaged using conventional weapons or magic until the spirit is released from the host body. Then the insect spirit must be shot with the Project Aegis prototype launcher to destroy it. So so pag yung pag nag-reanimate na siya, kailangan siyang barilin ng gamit nun. So in order to stop an invasion of insects from another dimension, a dragon and an elf co-created a magical insecticide. Aegis is a multi-dimensional bug spray. It stamps bugs dead. Got it. So ito nga. Kailangan kasi hindi tayo masyadong crudely put but accurate. We must stop the Universal Brotherhood from summoning a queen, and we must stop them immediately. You are the only one who has been inside their facility and the only one who has personally fought these creatures before. That, along with your highly effective assault upon my property, indicates that you are the ideal person to lead the attack. I'm flattered. Glad you're convinced because I'm not. No one's ever used this magic bug juice before. What makes you think Project Aegis will actually work? Okay, I'm flattered. The pained elf grins and his red lipstick catches the light. You should be. So male pala to, kala ko female. Come on, kid. When fate taps you on the shoulders, you've got to pay attention. Unfortunately, she has the nasty habit of tapping you on the opposite shoulder, so that when you turn around, she's on your other side, giggling like a deranged schoolgirl. I hate that. Haba pa nitong dialogue na to, ba? Enough. Are you willing to undergo this mission, Cashan Velosa? Oh naman. You had me at killing bugs. Show me how to use Aegis and I'll get it done. I'm a professional, and professionals get paid for their work. I assume that serving all mankind involves compensation. My job is to bring a killer to justice, not lead an assault against monsters out of nightmares. So, you had me at killing bugs. Show me how to use Aegis and I'll get it done. Excellent. Di pa ba tapos ang dialogue na to? Ba yan? Ang haba pa rin. He claps his hands as if seeing the circus for the first time. I love the way that the short-lived are willing to die even faster. It's very inspirational. Ganun no? Brackus raises his hand and Harlequin's clapping instantly stops. There is one final note, a warning, if you will. You have seen the danger the insects represent, but you have not witnessed the shaman's power. The shaman must tap into a powerful source of magic in order to summon a queen. We do not know what abilities that power source will grant. Beware of the insects, but do not underestimate the shaman. Sino ba ang shaman dun? Si Jessica ba talaga? Iba? O si Lynn? Okay, 10k lang cash, no? Masyado naman kayong stingy. 10k kulang yun. Pambili lang ng supply, medical supplies, kulang na. Hey, don't scare the kid, Hansel. We will need him to go on the mission. By the way, I'm coming with you, Kaya Velosa. I wouldn't miss seeing these creatures for myself. Miss him last time. Telesian will bankroll you so you can hire the rest of the team. 10k kulang pa yun. Find me when you're ready to go and we'll bug right out of here. He says, yes, speak with Harlequin when you are ready to depart. If you wish to acquire additional supplies for your mission, find my assistant, Quaff. He is highly resourceful. Okay, so tapos na. Meron tayong bagong mission. 8 karma, so may 10 ako ngayon. Yeah. Save na natin. Gamitin ko lang yung karma tapos save na natin. Then, so, meron akong pwede kong gumamit ng ano, ilan? Isa lang. So, intelligence muna. Para ma-max out ko na tong ano. Ma-max level ko na yung ano muna. Okay, tapos save na natin. Next episode natin guys, kausapin na natin si Quaff para makakuha pa tayo ng gear. Sayang wala si ano wala yung mga taga Simstras Union dito 7 quit para ano, sigurado. Okay, pahaba yung episode natin dahil sa haba ng text. So kaya siya, wala sa sign off guys. Next episode na lang ulit.